Hey Book Dragons, welcome back to my channel. It's time for my monthly update. Let's go! Thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate all you do to support the channel. So today you get to hear all the juicy details about how my reading went in July. And we're also going to talk about August, and we'll talk about a few other things as well that I just happened to do in August, you know, slice of life type stuff, and yeah, pretty excited about that. So let's go ahead and get right to it. We're going to start off with the books that I had planned to read in July, and we'll see how I did. And it's not the greatest. I did okay in July. I did do okay, but I didn't quite go according to plan. I probably bit off a bit more than I could chew for July, and that's okay. I reread Ocean at the End of the Lane, my favorite book of all time, and this is my second reread of the book, and it still remains my favorite book of all time to this day. Nothing has managed to dethrone it yet, so that was fun. We did a read-along on my Discord. If you have not joined my Discord, make sure to click my social media link in the description below so that you can join my Discord. I'd love to have you along. I also read Proven Guilty. That is book number 8 in the Dresden Files series, and I'm just continually loving this series, guys. It is just really great, and things start really hitting close to home for Dresden in book 8. People close to him start getting a little bit more wrapped up in his work than he would like them to. So it was quite an exciting read, and I had a blast. I'm continuing to love it. I did it immersively again with the audiobook, so James Marsters led me through the book with that smashing voice of his, and it was a great time. I also read A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, first book in the Shades of Magic series, and absolutely loved it, had a blast. I do have a full review for that book, so I'll put the link in the description below, and I will also put it at the end in the cards if you want to click and check out that video. And my patron pick of the month was Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. This is a slice of life type story. Gave me all the nostalgic feels. There's a little bit of magical realism in the book. There's a mystery in the book. And I just had a blast reading it. I'm so thankful that my patron picked it for me. And if you're not familiar with my patron pick, if you are a supporter of me on Patreon at a certain dollar level, you get your name put on a wheel to pick a book for me to read every quarter. So I spin the wheel, see who wins, and we go from there. So that was great. I enjoyed A Boy's Life immensely, and I think I probably will do a full review for that one. I'm starting to be picky with which books I do full reviews for and which ones I don't, but I think Boy's Life may end up with a full review. It was really great. And then let's get to the not so good. The first one of those is Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks. I didn't finish it, but I have not DNF'd it by any means. I am carrying that over into August. And then I also stopped reading Memories of Ice, book 3 in the Malazan Book of the Fallen series by Stephen Erickson. I am not going back to it anytime soon. I consider it a soft DNF, though. I am not going to completely give up on the series. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to be reading that book at the time I was trying to read it. And I kept trying to push through it, and I just got to the point where I'm like, you know, I just don't want to read it right now. And so I stopped. And I will pick it up at some point in the future, but for now, I've got other priorities. And that is okay. So those are the books that I read for July. Now let's talk about some of the entertainment that I had in July. Just general entertainment, movies, TV shows, things like that. And we're going to start with the Obi-Wan series on Disney+. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and my kids and I sat down and started watching Obi-Wan and absolutely loved it. You know, there were things that I would have done differently, right? But overall, it felt very Star Wars-y, and I was absolutely eating it up. I won't give any spoilers, but if you love Star Wars as much as I do, you need to watch Obi-Wan. If you've been on the fence with it, I'm here to tell you, you need to watch Obi-Wan. My kids and I also watched The Umbrella Academy Season 3, and absolutely loved it. That show just keeps getting better and better, and I heard that they have renewed it for a 4th season, so I'm very excited about that. Klaus is still my favorite character overall, but there are just some great character moments and some great story moments in that series, and I'm just eating it up. My kids and I have also been watching an anime series called Akudama Drive about these superpowered individuals that have different gifts and different extreme talents that are in this competition to win a prize and to get at the heart of the system and usurp the government and rescue somebody that's in the government's clutches. And it's just a wild ride, and I've been getting more and more into anime thanks to my kids, and Akudama Drive was a really, really good show. And then just the other night, we watched Death on the Nile with Kenneth Branagh in the starring role of Hercule Poirot, the famous Belgian sleuth created by Agatha Christie. And I've read the book, of course, and I do have a review for the book that I did a little while back. My friend Mona Lisa Reeds and I read it together. I was honestly kind of bummed. I mean, it was good, it was fun, but they changed quite a few things from the book that I thought didn't really need to be changed. But, it was fun, and I'm really glad I watched it. Kenneth Branagh really does an excellent portrayal of Hercule Poirot, so I can't complain there. And then we also started watching Season 4 of What We Do in the Shadows, which is a mockumentary involving vampires. If you haven't seen What We Do in the Shadows, you should really check it out. It's a lot of fun. And I also started watching Death Note with my kids. Now, I'm not talking about the live-action Netflix series. I'm talking about the anime. And I'm just absolutely loving Death Note so far. It's a really cool story. It's basically about a guy who finds a book entitled The Death Note, and he discovers that if he writes people's names down in the book, he can cause them to die. Kind of decides to become a god, in a sense, deciding who dies and who doesn't. So really, really great story, and I'm really eating it up so far. One really cool thing that I got to do in July was go to one of my local used bookstores and hang out with some of my local Booktube friends. One of them isn't local, but the other two are. So Roger from Roger Reads came into town, so he joined us. I got to meet him for the first time, and we were also joined by Elliot Brooks and Jashana from the channel Jashana, but we had a really great time hanging out and looking at books and talking about books and just geeking out. It was a great time. If you don't believe me, here's a picture to prove it. So here we all are together, and it was just a blast. So cool to hang out. And Elliot's husband Sean was with us as well. He just didn't get in the picture. That was kind of a unique opportunity. You don't get to do that very often. So that was our first meetup of the West Coast booktubers. So that was fun. So let's talk about Chasm Friends. In July, I had 2 people on Chasm Friends. I had Julian from Between the Lines. I will link his channel below. And I also had Ariel from Reading and Whatnot. I will also link her channel below. And it was just a great time with both of them. I had an absolute blast. Both Julian and Ariel are smashing people. a lot of fun to be around, and we had a great time geeking out. So I hope you will check out those episodes of Chaz and Friends. So now let's talk about August. First of all, I want to finish Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks. That's a high priority for me. And I also want to finally finish Fire and Blood, the prequel to A Song of Ice and Fire, before House of the Dragon comes out on August 21st. I really want to get that taken care of. I'm also going to be doing a group buddy read for Pyramids, which is a standalone novel in the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. And my good friend Bryce over at Shelf Centered lovingly referred to it as the Pyramid Scheme, because we've all gotten together and we're planning to read Pyramids together. So it's going to be me and Dan from Treebeard's Book Reviews, Bryce from Shelf Centered, of course, Kayla from Kay's Hidden Shelf, and a couple of others as well. We've got Theo from Rekindled Reader on there with us as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm so excited to do this buddy read with them. And I love me some Discworld, and they're short books, so it should go fairly quickly. And I'm also going to read the second book in the Farseer trilogy, Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I absolutely loved Assassin's Apprentice, and I'm so excited to get back into the Farseer trilogy. And I'm trying to get back into it as quickly as possible, so I feel more of a cohesion with the previous book. I'm very excited to read that. I'm also going to read Jade Legacy, the final book in the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee. I'm so excited to finally finish this series. It's taken me a long time to get to Jade Legacy, not because I didn't like the other books. I really did. I just haven't made it a priority. So I'm going to finish that series this month. I'm also going to read White Knight. This is book 9 in the Dresden Files series. I'm pushing through. I'm continuing on with Dresden. I'm also going to reread Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and this is going to be a buddy read with my friend JC. I'm very excited to get back into the world of London Below, see what I think about it this time around. And then the final book I'm going to read in August is the read-along for my Discord server, and this is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I have not read anything by Blake Crouch yet, and I'm very excited to embark on a journey into his books. And I've heard Dark Matter is absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to read it. So let's talk about some of the shows that I want to watch in August. And this is a big one because there's some heavy hitters coming this month. I am going to be starting to watch the Sandman series on Netflix starting on August 5th. That is this coming Friday, guys. I'm so excited for this to come out. I've been waiting for this a long time. And having recently finished the entire first arc of the graphic novel series, I am well prepared and I can't wait to see what they do with Sandman. Everything that I have seen makes me so excited so far, and Neil Gaiman is happy with it, which really tells you something. He's proud of what they are doing with his baby, so I'm excited. I am very, very excited. And also, as I mentioned before, House of the Dragon comes out on August 21st. And this is following the Targaryen family during the time of the Dance of Dragons, which is kind of a civil war between different family units in the Targaryen family. And it's going to be very interesting. I have very high hopes for it. It looks really good. One of my favorite directors of some of the episodes from Game of Thrones is taking over the reins for some of the episodes in House of the Dragon. And they've got Ramin Djawadi back to do the score. I'm so excited. I am so excited, guys. My daughter and I will also be starting to watch season 3 of Lock and Key on Netflix. The final season in this series, and it's been great so far. So I'm really excited to see where the series goes and how it ends. That's pretty exciting. My son is leaving for college on August 16th. I can't hardly believe it. And I might be in a way, guys. I might really be in a way. Just be prepared. Um, but we are going to try to finish What We Do in the Shadows and Death Note before he leaves for college. So we will see how that goes. That's going to be pretty exciting to finish out those series for another season. And I think it'll be the actual finish of Death Note. I don't think there's any more episodes after we finish it. But, there's 50 episodes and we're on like 10. So we've got a ways to go. But I think we can pull it off. I think we can. And then I will have some more episodes of Chaz and Friends coming in August. I've got some awesome guests lined up. So stay tuned to find out who I have on the channel. And that concludes my monthly update, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me what you read in the month of July and some of your plans for August. I'm excited to hear what you're excited about. And it can be books or TV shows and stuff just like I've shared here. So yeah, let me know. Help me to understand what you enjoy and what you look forward to doing. And until next time, guys, make sure that you are reading more books. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.